We thought that no one will be here, but we are almost 10 people. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamshachanu Ramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I salute Lord Krishna, the world teacher, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura, and the supreme bliss of Mother Devaki. We salute him again and again. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are reading chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, and here we are on the verse number at the very beginning, 7, 8 and 9, we will be reading the 10th verse. So Bhagavan says that he appears again and again whenever the true spirituality declines and unrighteousness takes his position. That time he reappears. That's his purpose of coming down, is only this and he is Aja, he is birthless. God, when incarnates, he appears to be a human being, but he is not human. He is Ajo Pishan Nabbhayatma, he is Ajo, he is birthless and imperishable. And Bhutana Ishvara, he is the Lord and God of everything in the universe. Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. Being so, he himself comes down, controlling his nature, and appears in the human body again and again and again. So, this is his real nature. He is not as he appears to be, a human being. Human being, we are born, we are controlled by nature. He is the controller of the nature. We are subjugated by the external nature and internal nature. But God, Lord, Sri Krishna, or Rama, or Christ, or Buddha, he says, I incarnate again and again. Though I appear to be human personality, but I am Aja. I am birthless, Abhaya, imperishable. Everything perishes. Every human being born and will perish at the time. All the earth, planet, everything is born, it will be destroyed one day. And one day maybe million, billion, trillion years, that's not the point. But in time it will come, it will go away. But I am the Lord of the universe. So he says, I, being Aja, birthless, Abhaya, imperishable, and I am the Bhutana Ishvara, I am the Lord God of Creator. Entire creation is my control. I created it. But that I, who has created this universe, grand universe, I appear to be a human being. Therefore, I come again and again down to help the humanity to get out of their suffering and pain. Why I come? Again specifically, 7th verse we read that whenever there is a decline of dharma, righteousness, and rise of adharma, then I embody myself. When the sattvic or rajas is overpowered by tamas, rajas quality is overpowered by tamas, like now, what is going on, I think it is time for him to come. So he says that whenever there is a decline of dharma and adharma raises his hood to destroy the peace and sanctity of the world, I embody myself. I have no body, but I take a body. I come down. And the purpose, again I have to clarify that purpose. Paritranaya sadhunam, those are sadhu, good people, holy people, noble people, honest people. To protect them, paritran, to redeem them, to protect them. And vinashaya cha duskritam, those duskriti, evil, destructive forces working in the society, for the destruction of those destructive forces, and dharma sanghasthapanaya, to establish true religion. That is the purpose of it. Every incarnation comes to establish the true religion. It's a very wonderful thought to be taken into our consideration. Christ came when the religion was only depending on the rules and regulations and only this, what you call got the punishing aspect of it, and only ended in rituals, and he brought the religion of love and blessings and peace and consolation for all. Buddha came when people were deeply engrossed in only intellectual thing, and Buddha said, try to know yourself, diverting the whole energy inside. Sri Ramakrishna came, to all attention to be focused to knowing what is the reality, no? And rituals and forms, they are good, but they are not, we should not end there. So, dharma sanghasthapan, that is a very grand purpose of God's coming. So, establishment of dharma. What does it mean? Dharma was not there? Yes, there are good people in the society. But the major practice of the society is not helping anyone to unfold their spirituality. Rather, they are too much ingrained into the formalities of religion. You do this, you fast this way, you put your thing on this way, and wave this incense this way, and then you are spiritual. And you don't change your character, don't be a good person, not be a holy person. So he came to re-establish that. That's why in 2 verses 7 and 8, he has described that protection of the good and holy, destruction of the wicked, and third purpose is establishment of true religion in the society, whose impact will continue for thousands of years. Again it will decline, again I will come. Again it is a recurring process as the creation goes on. That's why in Hindu idea, creation is a recurring thing, not one time. Its creation will end in one day, it was started in one day. No, it is cyclic process. And now, the verse number 9, what we read last time, it says on page 278, Janma karma chame divyam, the janma, my birth, is divine. Karma, my action, is divine. If anyone knows that I am looking like a human personality, but I am not like human, my janma my birth has a different purpose. Purpose, just we heard, to destroy the demonic nature, to establish the peace and contentment and the protection of the holy people, and re-establishing the dharma, the true religion, what religion means, these three purposes, for that we come. So my karma and all my actions are oriented around that, on these three principles. Chame divyam, these are not worldly, this is all divine. My birth is divine, my actions are divine, and in the true light, and it is divyam karma, janma and karma. Jovetti, one who knows this, that means one who looks upon the avatara, incarnation, not as a human personality, but he is the embodiment of the Satchidananda cosmic consciousness. He has come down by his own willpower. No one forces him. We are all forced by our karma to be born like this. We suffer, we enjoy, whatever. It is our karma has forced me to come over here. I blame someone, that is our misunderstanding. It's my karma is bringing my problems. Why not on others? someone. So this, but God has no karma. But He willfully comes for these purposes and purpose. And this janma, if one sadhaka, one student, a spiritual aspirant, know this, that my janma, my birth, is immaculate birth, we call. It is not normal. It is, do I appear like Ramakrishna? Though appears like a born, but dehovaniva, that's why Shankaracharya in the explanation. He said that such a Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, this, taking these three ideas, Shankaracharya has summed up in a beautiful way. Such a Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, ajopishan, though he has no birth. We read the other verse now. These three verses have been taken by Shankaracharya in a very poetic way and put into a nutshell like a what you call, tablet. He has janma, my birth, ajopishan. He says, I am though Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, Lord God, who is birthless, he has no birth, who is abhayo, imperishable, abhaya atma. Same language, bhutanam ishvaro pishan, though he is the Lord God of the creator of the entire cosmos, the entire universe. Dehovan eva, that is Shankara says. He is born like a Dehovan, as if he has a body, as if he has moving like a person, like as we move. Ramakrishna used to walk in the Dakshineshwar garden house, used to street in the Calcutta and in the Kamarpukur in the village. So he looks like his childhood, like another child. He's growing like a young boy. He's going and talking, interacting, moving like ordinary human being. But they are all divine, all divine, all divine. That's why it is said, Leela. If we think of the divine play of Krishna or Christ or Buddha or Rama or Ramakrishna, our mind becomes pure because it's all divine. If you think that he's standing there, he's playing there, think of that play will make our mind pure. So that is the redemption of the whole world they come. Anyone can do that. And also, he being God, Lord of the universe, he can change the wicked in just by wish, is it not? If the suns and moons and stars and galaxies are his creation, what is a big deal to 4 billion people's mind to change in a trice? All becomes holy. That will be holy. But why he does not do that? He comes to take this trouble so that the generation after generation, people will follow. Thousands of years, 2000 years now, Christ is still the lamp of light, showing light to the people who want to get liberation and freedom from all bondage. So, therefore, his purpose is Dibbo Leela, is a divine play. Divine play because people did not even seen them. We didn't see Christ, we didn't see Buddha. But we get inspired by Buddha's life, his movement, his teachings. We didn't see Ramakrishna, but we hear about him, we read their stories, and our mind becomes pure. So Dibyo, 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 divine, 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 divine. So birth is divine. So Shankara says, for no need of his own, he comes out, saprayajano abhaveyopi. No need of his coming down. No one can force him. He is the Lord God of the universe. But bhutanu jigrikshaya. Bhuta anujigriksha. Bhuta means the created being, to show special compassion for them. Dehovanivo, as if he is taken a body. Jatoivo, as if he is born like a baby, crying and weeping, as any baby cries. Anybody in mother's lap does. He is born like that. What a grand story, grand philosophy to purify our heart. That's why he says, Dibyam evam. He here says, my janma, my birth, my karma, my action, activities, chame dibyam. It is all divine. In this way, evam yovetti. Yovetti, that person who knows this way, not the way he is like a human personality, he is a powerful person, he is a saintly person, he is a holy person. Not that way. God, Lord of the universe, has come down in the human body. That's why Ramakrishna said in the Gospel, Avatar ke chena purno gyaner lakkhan. It is the sign of full knowledge if one understands what is called avatar. That's why we use the term avatar very frequently, not knowing its real impact. Anyone is little something, oh, he's an avatar of the age. Huh? How many avatars in the present age we have? Every group of the spiritual students think their guru is their avatar. No, avatar is not like that. There is a distinction between avatar and ordinary holy people, and even he is extraordinary holy people. Here is the distinction. We will see who is avatar. He will, Rama name, the name Rama. When he was born, it is a questionable thing whether historic or it is not historic. Some say it is all mental creation. But at least it goes beyond Krishna's birth. So if you see that since then, Rama's impact has not lessened. It has increased and increased and increased. Buddha came, died. After that, so many years, 2,500 years passed. It's growing in the heart of people. Generation after generation, its impact is going on. That is the avatar, the power of God spreading. And holy people, how many holy people we can name in any religion? St. Francis, this, that. That's also how many people? Only Christian and those who are really studying this saintly people's life, they know. And their glory is comparatively, if you go avatar, is the top and is unending. As time goes on, it never stops, but it moves on and on and on. That is the distinction between. So to make everyone avatar in Calcutta that time, Ramakrishna's time, so many avatars appeared at the same time. Seeing Ramakrishna going to Samadhi, one day it happened, Swami Sarvadevananda was in his Bagbazar office with mother's house, and one gentleman, contemporary of them, he was in ecstatic mood, came to Swami Sarvadevananda, and in talking about one or two some spiritual talks, and he started behaving like that of Ramakrishna. His hand is up and is bending like that, and then Sarvadevananda Swami gave a good scolding. Stop this nonsense. Then Avataro came down. So, question is, we can mimic, we can imitate. Imitation is imitation. Imitation and jewel. One is the genuine ornament and imitation ornament. The imitation has many, but genuine is less. But genuine avatars, their impact is really goes on to ages and ages. So that is Dibya, and Jomi Vetti Tattvat, if he knows in this way an avatar, that means it is a good blessings for us to think about our Ishta Devata. Whenever we think, we'll have to think in this perspective that avatar is not an ordinary human being, not his actions are not mere just any action of a good person, holy person, but it is for the good of the whole humanity. And it continues to grow and help the humanity. Knowing, if one knows this way, taktva deham, that person who knows this way, who knows Ramakrishna this way, who knows Krishna this way, who knows Christ this way, what happens? Taktva deham, when they leave their physical body, punarjanma, rebirth, again to be born, they don't be born again. Because they know the truth. Truth is that incarnation is God, the divine, from whom the whole creation has come, and He has come down to redeem the whole humanity. And He is birthless, He is deathless, He is eternal. He is not conditioned by anything. Every action of Him is for the benefit of the whole universe. So, na eti punarjanma na eti. If one devotee or a lover of God knows avatar in this perspective, then punarjanma, rebirth, he will not be born again. But on the contrary, there's a it's a negative way. He will not be born as a human being. But what he will be? Mameti. He will reach me. He will attain me. He will be perfected in me. He will be ever blissful in me. Oh Arjuna, so he will be like this. Now, by what process actually we should then, anyone can start to understand this? Avatara, that is the verse number 10 which we are reading today on page 279. By what process did the wise man make themselves worthy of comprehending the divine? Ordinary people cannot think of God in this way, no? Most of the people in Dakshineshwar, they used to think Ramakrishna is a pagal, crazy man of Dakshineshwar, no? Crazy priest of Dakshineshwar. That was his reputation. So, tell what process we ordinary people will be able to understand him, make themselves worthy of comprehension. That is said, that these are the sadhans or the spiritual practice one should do. 10th verse. Vitorago bhayakrodha, vitorago bhayakrodha, manmaya mam upasritaha, manmaya mam upasritaha, bahavo jnana tapusa, bahavo jnana tapusa, puta sadbhavamagata, puta sadbhavamagata. They attain to sadbhav, the right understanding. They will be able to, the students or the lovers of God will understand this truth of me, sadbhav, the right bhava or right understanding about me, who vitoraga bhayakrodha. Their spiritual practice should be such intense that they will be free from vita, raga. Raga means attachment, vita means beyond. They will go, who are trying to get out of the attachment to the sensory object, the object which distracts our mind from the divine. So vita raga. Vita bhaya, he will be free from fear. That means he does not fear for anything because he knows life is transient, life, we are born, we will die, what is there in it? But that is undying truth, which is God, Lord has come out, so I love him. So that type of raga, attachment is gone, vito raga, vito bhaya, fear has gone, and krodha, anger. Anger comes because we desire something and when we don't get it, then we feel angry. But that person has purified by his spiritual practice, so he has conquered anger. That means conquered lust, conquered greed. And not only that, this is a negative side. He is detached, free from attachment. It's a negative attachment. I love my son, I love my family, I will be detached. It is a very negative way. But it is not to get attached to them means you forget God. That's why the first part they are saying is bereft of raga, attachment, bereft of fear, and bereft of anger. But not on this negative side. Positive side, manmaya. They dedicate their whole mind in me and me alone. Day and night, they saturate their own understanding in the consciousness of divine, of me. Manmaya. Manmaya, absorbed in me. They remain absorbed in me, not in other things. That's why detachment. Detachment means mind gets attached to something, we think of that. So it says, you will be free from that attachment. On the opposite side, what he will be? He will be attached to me. Not attached to this side, but attached to me. Manmaya. They will be absorbed in me. So much attached, they will be thinking of me and getting absorbed into me. Manmaya, mam upasrita, taking refuge in me. They will think that there is nobody in the world of my own. Oh Lord, you are my own. That type of surrender will come in their mind. It's a practice, practice, practice. How much practice is necessary? This 10th verse is very important in that sense. How to understand an avatar, how to realize God quickly. There is a quick formula. People find other quick fix formula in a shortcut way. This is not shortcut. But it is very genuine path. We are attached to the world. That's why I cannot think of God. I say, I was busy whole day. I cannot think, I cannot meditate this morning. I cannot sit for meditation. Okay? Because I was busy with this. Had I not been busy with this, I could have made myself busy with God. How to make everything God, that's a different thing. But first point is that Vito Raga, detachment from the objects which are temporary, which cannot give me eternal joy, rather a momentary some joy or peace or satisfaction. Detached from that. And attached to me, the Lord God of the universe, who appears as Avatara. We are talking today of Avatara, worshipping Avatara as the ultimate truth. That's why we all meditate on Sri Ramakrishna or Rama or Krishna or Buddha or whatever. To the form. It is not a form. It is not secular. It is not form. Do you believe in God without form or with form? It is like that. It is a form. God Himself is Avatara. Those who think in this way, that's why aim is been asked by the Sri Ramakrishna, what do you think of me? Occasionally, now and then we find that repetition of the word. What do you think of me? How much knowledge has come into me? A little of this? So my aim says, what to say, how much. We have never seen such expression of love and compassion and holiness as is manifested in you. So, therefore, attachment to the objects which are fleeting is to give up that. Attachment of fear. What to fear about? I don't fear anything because I don't need anything. If I hold, fear comes from holding. I have something in my possession. Someone may take away, then I am fearful. I am in life, life will be taken away by death. I am fearful for that. I have my youth, it will be lost. I am fearful of that. I have money, I lose that, there is a fear. Sarvang vastu sambhayan. Every object of the universe where we attach ourselves, that becomes the cause of my suffering and fear. I lose, I may lose, I may lose. People die only thinking of losing. But if you think that I have nothing to lose, what am I to lose? I am a child of God. Next line, manmana. And I think God is my own. He is the Lord God of creation. And He, by His will, the entire universe has come. And He has come to redeem me. That's why in Christianity this idea is so strong. The Lord God has come to redeem me only. He has suffered so much in the cross because of me, to support me, to protect me. Only He has suffered for me. Suffered for me is the question. So that's a great emotional attachment to God. So man maya. And oh Lord, there is nothing but You, my resort. I don't go to anybody. I don't have to fear anybody. You are the Lord God. If You cannot protect, who will protect me? So that type of intense idea of surrender, mam upasrita. Bahavo jnana tapasa. This does not come ordinarily by many times, practice of the knowledge, understanding that this world is temporary. God, Lord is the reality. Everything changes. He is the unchangeable unity. All this consciousness, awareness we are seeing, behind that eternal, He is the source of eternal consciousness. He is Satchidananda. All this concept, again and again, thinking this way, bhuta, become pure. Their heart becomes pure. And madbhavamagata, they come into my being, they attain to my real nature. So, this will be possible to understand. Bhagavan said in the 9th verse that they will not to be born again. Why? Because they know my divine play, they know my divine birth, they don't know all my actions are divine actions, and he has thinking this way, he will be eternally connected with me, and there will be no birth for him to come back. But that condition is that one should be free from attachment, free from fear, free from anger, and his mind will be thinking that God is only my resort, and heart will be absorbed in the thought of God, and that absorption will lead him to total surrender. And he does not care for anything but God. So this attitude to come, we need practice. Then sometimes said jnana is higher, bhakti is lower. Here we can see jnana is the tool to reach this bhakti. Bahavo jnana tapasa. Many types of austerities you have to do by analyzing the knowledge aspect of the divine. That everything is momentary. Why am I leaning on things? This analysis should be made, otherwise detachment will not come. Attachment will remain to the objects of the senses or the limited things until we purify our heart with this knowledge that everything is momentary and it needs much austerity, much fasting, much this, all these ritualistic thing and meditation and prayer are needed to attain to that pure state of mind. And if the pure state of mind comes, absorption comes in God and surrender comes in God, then you will have not to be born again. So freed from passion, fear and anger, filled with me, taking refuge in me, purified by penance in the fire of knowledge, many have entered into my being. So many have entered and you also can enter. It is only after filtering that muddy water which becomes fit to be mixed with the pure water. Mind purged from passion, fear and anger, assumed competency to grasp the divine. Unless the mind is freed from these three things, passion, fear and anger, mind cannot be free. Then getting absorbed in it becomes easy. But on all the time it's why our mind does not go to God? Because the mind is attached to something else. Then the what do you call that, mongoose, where the tail is tied with a load. So when it tries to come up, it pulls down again. So this is the point, attachment is the Swami Vivekananda said, let's go thy hold, sannyas in bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. No? Go thy hold, that is the detachment. We are holding something. Wherever we are holding something, that is creating a cause of my suffering. So say, let go thy hold, sannyas in bold. You think, that is called sannyasi. That is called the renunciate. Through absorption into the divine, the glory of divine is increasingly realized. So as you dive deep, as the song is there, as you dive, doob, 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 roop sagare ama. Oh, dive deep, dive deep, dive deep into the depth of my mind. As you go deep, you will get more joy, more joy, more joy, more joy, more joy. So there is the, through absorption, the glory of the divine is increasingly realized. There is then no difficulty whatsoever in taking refuge in what is known to be benign. Fuel consigned to fire becomes fire itself. It is penance when individuals seek to know the divine and give them over to God. This way, many have ascended from the human to the divine level. There is no purification greater than this. Mukti or emancipation in this wise is an eternal process. Now, this is the 11th verse, is very important philosophy of harmony, what Ramakrishna emphasized again and again. So now the question is, so how many paths people follow? How many ways they want to reach God? May not be sophisticated like as we have talked about, the detachment, anger, and all are gone, mind will be absorbed in God. No, people may start at any point. People may do different schools of thought is there, different left-handed sadhana is there. Are they bad? Well, no, it is needed for them, that type of category of people. They cannot be attracted to your higher philosophy, higher life. So all types of food is necessary for every type of spiritual student according to their own appetite. So God, the mother, creates that appetite for food for different children. So that idea is given here. Diverse means to the same end. Ye yathamang prapaddante, ye yathamang prapaddante, tang stathaiva bhajamyaham, tang stathaiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartma anuvartante, mama vartma anuvartante, manushyaha partha sarvasaha, manushyaha partha sarvasaha. Ye jatha mang prapaddante. That person, whoever, jatha, and whatever way, mam prapaddante, is approaches me or wants to worship me. Tan, for them, tathaeva, by that process, I am rewarded. I give them the reward. As they want me, come to me, in whatever is their expectation, in that way I fulfill their desire. One sees God, want to see God, I give them with the blessings of one wants. In the Chandi, in the Sisi Chandi, you see Mahatma, say the businessman and the rich merchant and also the king both went to mother and they offered their all service, sacred prayers and meditation. And ultimately when mother appeared, mother said, "My child, what do you want?" The one said, the merchant said, "I want my kingdom back. I want my own things to go back." And the merchant said, "I don't want anything, I got your vision." And the king said, "I want to rule the country again. I will be absolute Lord God of my kingdom." Ma says, "Yes." So same mother giving boon to this child one and that child one. So anyone in the spiritual life, they may approach God. Spirituality starts there. I am in difficulty. Oh Lord, please help me. In the Dakshineshwar temple, if you go, we used to see early days, all the walls of the temple outside, they used to write with a pencil or with some charcoal, "Ma, I will give you this much fruits and candies if you make me pass in my examination." Someone is saying, "Ma, I need a job. If I get a job, I will give you this much amount of puja." So, say, Ma is the one, and so many children are asking for so many things for their needs. So, yes, Ma gives that, according to the need. If this child who is asking for a toffee, and if you give him a good, dress, he will not be happy with that. He wants not dress, but the candy, a toffee. So that is the point. What we want according to our need, God supplies. God is only one. So this verse is emphasizing, in whatever way men identify with me, in the same way I do carry out their desires. I carry out their desire the way they want me to act. Same Kali Puja. People we do the Kali Puja for what purpose? We say, "Ma Kali, Ma, give us devotion, knowledge, wisdom, devotion to the devotee's heart." Like the Sankalpa, we do it for Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna. And some people may do the same worship with the Sankalpa, desire. What desiring? Desiring my name, desiring maybe I will be the next president of the country, or whatever. So you can ask anything from the same God. So God says, I satisfy them with their desire, if they are sincere. Men pursue my path, O Partha, in all ways. That's a beautiful word. What Swami Vivekananda preached this idea, that is all are practicing, going towards God, following different paths. Ramakrishna, Jato Mat, Tato Pat, that is the symbolically he is mentioned here. Different kinds of food suits different beings. What is food for one may be poison to another. But each being received nourished from the food it takes. Religions are similarly divergent to suit the varying temperaments. Worship with the aid of an image, for example, is a help to one and a hindrance to another. No? Someone say, I cannot even focus my attention on an image, but I can think of the without form aspect. Yes, both are his. So he says that as divergent, religion is divergent. Why? To suit the varying temperaments of the people. Worship with the aid of an image, for example, may be a help to one and may be hindrance to another. An act held as the adoration of the Almighty by one path, which is the adoration. The Hindus, they will do the worship of Shiva, Durga, Kali, image in the metal, image in the clay, and so many forms of gods and goddesses. But is abhorred as blasphemy by others. Other religion will say, you worship idols, therefore it is to be destroyed. It is to be so the temples are desecrated and done. So people will be suited for one type of thought. So idea is that, but through all the paths they come to me only. There is only goal is the same. Same Lord recognizes the need for all those divergent paths, understands the urge in the hearts of the various types of devotees, and graciously helps them all to attain perfection. It is incumbent on the aspirant to see into this universalism of the Lord. He sees into the glory of the Lord, who sees how he is shaping all beings through their various paths. It is a great lesson to look at it from a bigger perspective, that God is taking us all towards the same destination. One may be a student of grade 1, another may be grade 5, another may be 10th grade, another may be in a college, another may be in the university. Ultimately, end of that reaching that ultimate goal of God realization is the goal of all, or all are different stages of development. So not to find fault with others, but to be sincere in our own practice. That is the inspiration here. The same reality presents itself as nature, capital, when contacted through the senses, mind and intellect. Therefore, the sense-bound pleasure seekers are also adoring the same reality. This is a very important point. The sense-bound pleasure seekers are also adoring the same reality in accordance with their understanding and attainments. Their mind is in that level. Let them have that food experience. That's why all paths to be respected. One day, we remember that story of Sri Ramakrishna. Narendra came from Calcutta and found some group of people practicing spirituality. In the name of spirituality, all left-handed things they are practicing. So he was disgusted with that. And he came and he was so angry and just highly blaming those types of practices in front of Sri Ramakrishna. So when he was strongly saying that what type of practice, why this should not be stopped, etc., Sri Ramakrishna, after sometimes listening, said, my child, that is also a path for them, where they will go. To that path they are moving towards God. After their experience they will see that is not wrong. And also Ramakrishna said, if the path is wrong, God will tell. Who are you to tell? Why you are taking the responsibility? Why not you allow others to take the path for their own growth, good? And God will show them in their heart what path to follow. So, therefore, the sense-bound pleasure seekers are also adoring the same reality in accordance with their understanding and attainment. All beings are verily resting in God and enjoying Him only, while they are reading and interpretations of him vary infinitely. Yeah, reading and interpretations are very different with each other's understanding. So we'll end here today. So what we get in synopsis, that we are to worship God, knowing that God is the embodiment of Satchidananda, and God appears as avatar, particularly avatar concept is discussed today. And avatar is none other than God himself. And this is divine, his play is divine, his actions are divine, his birth is divine, and his everything. Knowing this, attachment from the world should be diverted towards him, and diverting his attention, one should get absorbed into him, and the absorption will lead to the state where no more to be born. But this will not happen until one is jnana tapasa, jnana puta, jnana tapasa. Every day purify the mind with this knowledge analysis. Analysis and knowledge will lead to guide the brain, buddhi, and buddhi will lead the heart to go to get absorption. So jnana leading to the path of bhakti, and bhakti will lead ultimately to that total absorption, and total absorption will give us freedom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi, Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So we did only 2 verses, 10 and 11. Okay, thank you. Oh, 10 minutes are there. 10 minutes are there.